morning, dear aspirant. So to start with today's news, gas shortage and energy security is going to hit the entire West Asia due to the concurrence of the war happening between this Iran, Israel and US. So West Asia conflict disrupted India's gas supply. How the government is going to face this challenge become the very big issue. The crisis is Strait of Hormuz is got disrupted. 50% of India's energy supply passed through this Strait of Hormuz. So India's largest LNG supply declared force majeure after this attack, and the Asian LNG price jumped from $6 to $8 to $15. $15. So government, what is the action they are going to take? First of all, there is a restaurant relief committee have been appointed, and government started to allocate for the priority basis. Domestic production keep increasing and import should get diversified. So most important, import from the US and Norway become economically viable when Asian spot prices are exceeded more than $10. But these sources are very competitive as of now. Shipments take 2 months to arrive, and short-term shortages will persist before new cargoes land. Domestic production and priority allocations. Domestic boost. LPG production is up to 10% after government directive. All propane and butane prioritized for LPG. And Reliance Nagar, world's largest integrated refinery, maximizing the output. KG-D6 basin gas diverted to priority sectors. And priority allocation is 100% supply for household and CNG transport. 70 to 80% supply for fertilizer plant, tea industry, manufacturing. So this is how the priority is. Almost 20% of the global oil is crossing through the Strait of Hormuz, which is the choke point happening now. And the Krishna Godavari offshore gas basin is operated by Reliance and BP, one of the India's largest gas fields. LNG means methane cooled to minus 160 degrees Celsius for transport. LPG means propane plus butane used as the cooking fuel. MMBTU is metric million British thermal unit, which is a standard measurement for natural gas pricing. Speaker removal motion. Lok Sabha take up this resolution under Article 94 Clause C. Om Birla. So the notice bore 118 MP signatures. 50 rows in support, allowing the admissions. So the written notice should be given to the speaker. At least by 2 members must be given before moving to the resolution, and at least 50 members must rise in support when the motion is called for leave to be granted. Under Article 96, the speaker cannot preside over this own removal. So resolution must pass by majority of all members. So opposition says Rahul Gandhi interrupted 20 times during the motion of thanks speech. So microphones used to silence MPs. Opposition remarks selectively expunged. This is all the opposition charges. Governments also says that it is a resolution is an attack on democracy. Speaker have to always acted impartially. This is what the government says. The constitutional vacuum controversy is also happened. No deputy speaker is elected. Article 96 says that a neutral presiding officer should be there. So 94 Clause C says that removal of speaker by resolution passed by the majority of all members of the House. And 96 says that speaker may participate but cannot preside during their own removal proceedings. Muslim inheritance and the UCC. Supreme Court examines a challenge on the Shariat Application Act 1937. See, Advocate Prashant Bhushan for petitioner Paulami Pavini Shukla challenged the Muslim Personal Law, that is Shariat Application Act 1937, arguing it creates artificial discrimination in inheritance rights. So discrimination provision is widow with the children 1/8 share, widow without children 1/4 share, daughter half of a son share. Supreme Court says that better to defer to Parliament's wisdom to bring a UCC under Article 44. So this creates a legal vacuum, says by the Supreme Court. In a Mary Roy case, a state act was struck down and Indian Succession Act filled the gap automatically. So UCC Article 44 DPSP says that it directs the state to secure the uniform civil code, but as a directive principle, it's a non-justiciable. Shariat Act 1937 direct the Muslim personal law. The Muslim personal law applies to Muslim in matters of inheritance. Mary Roy case says that Supreme Court applied Indian Succession Act to Syrian Christians also. Asteroid YR4 is no longer a threat. So this is 65-meter diameter size, which is near Earth object, and this is initial lunar impact is there. Early orbital model suggested up to 4.3% chance of lunar collisions. So limited data, wide trajectory range is there. Impact probability is 3.8 to 4.3% lunar impact flagged. Two critical observations is there during February 2026. So India is already having its own preparedness. Adavadhu, currently we don't have a near earth orbit monitoring, that's NEO na, near earth orbit monitoring telescope. So that we actually dependent on NASA or European Space Agency for global networks. ISRO's NETRA project aims to track space debris and near earth objects. Okay. Near earth orbit, that is asteroid or comet whose orbit brings close to the earth, that's near earth orbit. CNEOs is NASA Center for Near Earth Object Subjects. Okay. If you have any doubts, feel free to contact this number. Thank you. Have a great day.
Kurukshetra, 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 Kurukshetra.